Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready to round 10 of the final round of the third season in the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sport. Now we are racing at Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop for 17 laps, and we are going Group 1 racing category for today. This is going to be a tough challenge for all of us if we have to get started out for having a good clean race. But the barrier is going to be quite tightened up on it, so we just going to have to keep it nice and steady. So I'm about to get ready to use the Toyota TS050 Hybrid 2016 with the UDRS in Sport Tech library. But this wheel might have the two choice of the racing tires. We'll be going on racing medium or hard compound tires is about to get set up to be ready to roll. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. This is going to be a best moment of all time, folks, after we've taken 10 rounds of the third season of the Nations Cup. Now it's going to be quite getting prepared for having a one good chance of having a clean race. So be prepared, you guys. This race might take 17 laps around in Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. The final race will begin in about 1 second, and here we go. Let's do this. Here we go, folks. It's round 10 of the final round of the third season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup. So this is going to be quite good to have the Group 1 racing categories to be prepared. XX Spray Swag XX takes first place in the Dodge SRT Tomahawk. Big Country 0369 is taking second place. Doodoo 2203 takes third place. Now this is going to be quite good to see Isometry Killa in fourth place in the Dodge Viper SRT Tomahawk. Trincha Barista 96 takes fifth place. Sixth place, the Delta 9er in the Peugeot 908 HDI Team Peugeot Total 2010. Pink Tulip Floyd takes seventh place in the SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1. Dog Bob 555 in the Audi R18 Le Mans 2011. Ninth place is Nassim 38 in the AMR Tomahawk. 10th place is myself in the Toyota TS050 in Sport Tech library. Jesse Jam 21 takes 11th place in the Black Style Tomahawk Vision GT. Virtual Annoyance takes 12th place in the Porsche 919 Hybrids. 520 Faz takes 13th place. 14th place is ATK_Bastard J. 15th place is Surround 1 S340i in the Nissan R92 CP. 16th place is Rider on a Storm in the Audi R18 2016. ATK Butter Smalcher takes the Mazda 787B in 17th place. Run3_RMS 13 takes the Alpine Vision GT 2017. Volcaltron takes the Red Bull library of the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT. And last place is Betty Mustang 9410. This is going to be quite very excited to take the fastest race on Tokyo Expressway. This will be taking on for the rolling start to take a good formation to be set up and ready to roll. Going on for the auto drive, Will might be taking the good straight before taking on the first corner. So be prepared, you guys. Make no mistake, this will be a one excited clean race, but this wheel might be taking a good safeties on, and here we go. The last race will begin right about now. And we are going underway. We'll be taking a good chance to be successful, but this is going to be taking on that inside turn to be going in, but there will be some few scratches to be sparks in to see it. but this is going to be taking a good slipstream, will be going faster it can. Now going in onto the second turn, this is going to be the most hard part. Just going to have to break it in very properly, and oh man, this is going to be quite very intense. Ouch, that is a hard slamming to going in. That's going to leave a mark, and this is going to be quite giving a poor effort to see it. I can't believe it, I just barely lost it, and that's going to be a decrease of a sportsmanship rating, has definitely might be costing down to see it. Now it's only me and Big Country 0369 are the only ones just dropped down onto the bottom position. That is going to be quite very intense to see it, and they didn't know to break it in properly, but that's going to be a lot of few damages will might be coming in to take some time to be repaired, to take some few recoveries. Now it's going to be quite going in because this race is going to be quite very most intense, but this wheel might be taking a long chase, but the battle is about to be going in. Now it's going to be taking a long lineup, it's going to be taking a few times for having some fine position to going in to take the inside. Now I have to join up with Big Country 0369, and Trinta Parisa 96 is definitely might be getting in to take the long ropes, will might be catch up to the rest. But this is going to be quite giving the most difficult race of all time, viewers. Just try to keep it well passive by having a Group 1 race. But it's going to be quite giving the handling will might be needs to keep it prepared. But sometimes penalties will be marked occurred by hitting the barrier, so this wheel might have to race it carefully. But this wheel might be goes in at the end of the first lap. Now going into the second lap, but this is going to have to take that turns to be giving in to find a good proper ways to go on the inside. Wheel might be give a good better mobility skill. Now it's going to be quite taking few toughs to see it. And there goes the yellow flag by taking the signal, but that's going to be quite very intensive to see it. And it looks like Dogboss 555 just barely got spun out by losing the control, and this is going to be taking some several drivers will be going in to take the penalty to slow down by the line. Going faster to be in 15th place, but this wheel might be taking the long distance, will might catch up for 23.722 seconds is going to be reached up on the head. ATK Baller Smalger is definitely might be getting on to catch up with ATK Badger J is going to be quite getting on to take that hairpin, but this wheel might be given the best ways to break it in very properly. Wheel might be going on to the apex. But now I'm about to go right in, and Runfree_RMS13 is about to take the pit stop. We'll be changing up the different compound types. We'll go medium. But this is going to be quite very intensifying to see how the length of the distance for each Group 1 category is going to be quite given a tough time to do with the specific corners to be going in. Now I'm about to go in and pass it on to ATK Brother Smalger is definitely might be catching up onto Toyota TS050 Hybrid. Will be taking the trail pursuit on the Mazda 787B. Taking on that first turn, we'll be going in, and mistakes happens by having a 1.5 seconds for giving a little warning by hitting the barrier. Just be very cautious, you guys. Having a one fast race wheel might be taking exercise caution by having a lot of length to be needed to use the radar. Now I'm about to going in onto the penalty line. We'll be decelerate in the next penalty line. Just going to keep it in for having a little bit more caution in to take a little bit more concentration in, and this wheel might adds up for only 0.5 seconds and makes it into 2. Now the effects is differently might be worn up, and here we go. Top 3 drivers are going in to take the battle of first place. Expressway Swag is now going in to take the lead, but he's going to have to take 1 passive turns to be going in one for another. And looks like Doo 2203 is about to be coming in to catch up onto Spray Swag in first place, but this is going to be taking some few handling skills. We'll do it nice and quick, but taking a lot of good drivetrain between the MR and the all-wheel drive is going to be quite giving well determined to see it. But several players were using the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1s are definitely might be given the best suitable recommend to take on the track. But it's going to be quite giving depends on each LMP1 category types is going to be quite giving in to see it. And there it goes again, taking that penalty by 1.5 seconds by hitting the barrier. But this race is about to get very tougher it gets with no having clean race. Fourth lap is about to be going in, and looks like Prince Brisa 96 is coming in, but this is going to be taking a lot of overtake for having one SRT Tomahawk Vision GT is about to take on for having a good precision to be getting in to have that better turns to perform the inside. Now he's about to catch up onto ATK. Brother Smalcher is about to catching up on it. And there goes, ignoring the track limit by giving a little monitor check. But this is going to be quite taking a little bit more length to be keep it well concentrated to take it nice and slow. But it's always going to have to go faster. But this wheel might need to take that patient wheel might be keep it in for having a one passive skill. But it's going to be quite getting in onto Trinsa Brisa 96 to be taking on that corner. And it looks like Massa is about to be defending in, and it looks like 787 defends the precision by the SRT Tomahawk Vision GT is going to be taking on for the length of the penalty is going to be taking on for the struggle. Now going in onto the S turns, and this is going to be quite taking the one steady effect. Just going to need to keep it well calm. Now it's going to be quite getting in onto Toyota TS050 Hybrid. It's about to be storming in onto 14th place. Now moving on to the 5th lap, and 787B just barely made it in for taking a good acceleration. And oh man, looks like ATK Brother Smalcher just barely got that increasing penalty by hitting the barrier by 3.5 seconds. Trinsa Brisa is still lucky for having that 0.5 seconds on the penalty, because I can't believe it. This is going to be quite taking this time of the challenge is going to be quite getting in to take respectfully, but can at least that this wheel might be having a better Group 1 race. Wheel might be tried to go for a little passive race. Wheel might be make it for a little aggressive. Wheel might be given the moment. Well, it seems that they've been practiced so much, but they just really don't want to give up because they've been willing to do this for having a final round of the race. Now it's going to be quite getting in onto the Expressway tunnel. Wheel might be going in to take the curve turns. Will be getting less slightly for having a good straight. And here comes the hairpin corner by the parking garage in the pits. But this, oh man, there it goes. Trinsa Brisa 96 just barely got spun out, and looks like Sound 1S41 just barely got that penalty. I can't believe it. That was going to be too intense to see it. But this is going to be quite pretty hard to see how every racer just really needs to take it much respectfully. Now it looks like Virtual Annoyance is now passing me on to 12th place and giving a penalty by 2 seconds. But this is going to be quite giving a perfect all-out battle for Toyota and Porsche. We'll be taking the good speed. We'll be taking on for having the 6th lap. We'll be doing for a little side challenge. Going in onto the first turn. But it's going to be taking a little bit more time to be giving in or having a good slipstream. Will be increase the speed, but still got plenty of turbocharge. We'll be going right at it, and this is going to be quite coming in to take the second turn. Just going to have to hit the braking mark. Wheel might be going right in. There you go. This is going to be quite coming ways to see it, and Toyota is about to be going in onto the inside, and Porsche defends it. But this wheel might be having that penalty to be forced to decelerate onto the line. And Insport Tech is taking 12th place. Wheel might catch up. Now that is going to be quite taking the few length of the time. Is going to be giving a one patient moment. Wheel might be taking some few inside turns. Will go correctly. Now it looks like Rider on the Storm is definitely might be trying to have everything what he could. But he's going in to take the 9th place, and Benny Mustang 9410 is about to be going forward onto 10th place. ATK underscore Badger J is now definitely might be taking on for 11th place, but these drivers are definitely might be trying to go faster it takes, but they might have to learn to keep it nice and tight, because hitting the barrier was definitely might be taking a good role as a kryptonite for a Group 1 race car. But this wheel might be taking some good steady effect. Wheel might be go in by having a less early braking point will be needed as possible. Now it's going in to take 10 more laps to go, but it's going to be quite taking some few turns. It is going to might need it to do it much performance. Wheel might be taking some few less straights. The fastest lap is definitely might be quite given a good set to improve by Expressway Swag XX for having a good run by 1 minute and 39.809 seconds. He did a pretty good job for having a one good passive run. We're always going to have to try to keep it going faster whenever he takes. But the several drivers are definitely might be getting a little bit went off the distance, but this is going to be quite getting in to have that distance when I'm in 12th place for 47.424 seconds. But this will might change up the numbers, but it's going to get a lot of catching up to do. Just gonna have to go right in and bowling up onto the blue blimp, and this wheel might be keeping it for the right direction. We'll be going in, but the tires will might be needed to keep it well checked. But this is going to be quite taking the inside. We'll be going oversteer. We'll be going for a little counter effect. Going back onto the on ramp, and this wheel might take the S turns. We'll be going in to take that curve. Now it's going to be taking a little bit length of the distance for only 6.1 seconds. But looks like Big County 0369 is about to be catching up onto my current position for only 1.9 seconds. That wheel might have to make it for 8th lap. It's going to be quite getting in. Now it's going to be quite good to see how the top 3 drivers are still going at it, because this wheel might be taking the long, grueling battle. We'll be taking on with several SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1s are still going in to take the ongoing. Taking on for some good, successful, smooth turns onto the blind corner is going to be quite going right into the apex. But despite for the effort, just be very reminded, whenever there's happening by have that penalty for only 0.5 seconds by ignoring the track limits, just gonna have to do a little best proper way to keep it well behaved, because whenever it's definitely might be getting in for a little opening, just gonna need to stay inside a track to be going right at it. Just gonna keep in check, but this wheel might be need that good progression is gonna be getting on through it. Wheel might be needed to take. But even the course that the top 3 drivers are definitely might be going in to see it. 3rd place driver, the Delta 9er, is about to be going in to catch up onto Doo 2203. He's gonna keep it up whenever he has to take that good upper hand skill. Will might be on his way to take the 1st place to catch up onto XX Phrase Swag XX to be in 1st place. But this is gonna be quite giving some few cornering techniques to find a way to dodge the incoming barrier whenever he has to take the time to do it. It looks like Big Country 0369 is about to be coming in, and he very successfully taking the 1st turn to be on the left direction. Is going to be quite getting in to have the easy ways to go in. The Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT is in 12th place. Toyota TSO 50 Hybrid is about to be stepping up to catching up onto the Vision GT race car, is about to be getting right in. Just gonna have that good turn to be giving a one good effect, but this wheel might be have that good spot to be getting in whenever he's had that time. This wheel might be giving the efforts, wheel might be giving a ways to slow down. Few scratches will be seen in the sparks, but this will have to try to take it easy. And looks like, oh, due to 2203 just barely dropped down onto the different position. It looks like the Delta Niner is about to be going in second place. Is some Trick Killer in third place is now joining into the top 3, but he's going to quite do his best whenever he tries to get the bronze medal will be taken home. But that's going to be quite giving the best chance to see it, and looks like ATK_Badger J is now coming out in the pits. But one of the most wonderful, fastest race to be on the CV track is going to be quite taking a little bit slightly risk. Will might be taking a lot of concentration. Just going to take that smooth turn to be at the final corner, and this wheel might be going on for lap number 10. Only 7 more to go, and this is going to be quite getting in to take the better racing skills. Will might stay maintained, but it's going to be quite taking a little bit time to go aggressive. Now it looks like 5 Point Fast is now dipping in on 9th place. Hope he can probably try to catch up to the others, but this is going to be getting a little bit separate for each Group 1 racing category. Will might be taking a little bit more fast times to go up on it. But it looks like Big Country 0369 is now definitely might be catching up onto 5 Point Fast, but this is going to be quite taking a few rust for the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT. Group 1 is going to be quite going in to take the overtake. 5 Point Fast is now going to be ready to defend. Whenever he's about to take that hairpin corner, will be taking his best parts. It looks like Rider on the Storm is now definitely in the pits. This wheel might be given the best chance to have it in for putting myself in the 11th place. But now he's coming out in the pits, so he can continue on the run. Now that is going to be quite good for Audi R18. Is definitely might be trying to catch up with some several Vision GT Group 1 cars in the Dodge SRT Tomahawk. Is definitely might be given the best right place to go in. Now, looks like hazard lights effect has definitely might be given a warn off, since the safety hazard wheel might be getting in to avoid hitting the barrier. Is going to be a very sharp penalty that this wheel might be keeping in. But this is going to be quite taking on that hairpin corner. Just going to take that blind part, will go right in. There you go. Looks like this is going to be taking a good corrective turn. It looks like the Delta Niner is now in the pits, and Dudu 2203 is back in the top 3. So it looks like he's about to be catching up. Will might be taking the best comeback theory. Will might be going in. Since taking the part in 5th or 4th place for Dudu 2203, I bet he can probably try to keep it up, because he's going to have to drive faster it gets to catch up to Is Some Trick Killer in 2nd place. Now this is going to be quite getting on to take that pit stop, but this wheel might be going in to take the next lap. ATK_Badger J is now definitely might be coming into my current position to be on the overtake. Just going to have to be well defended to take on that technical corners to be going in. Slamming in on that final corner, just going to have to keep it well avoided by hitting the barrier. But this is going to be getting in onto SRT Tomahawk Vision GT. Will be overtaking InSportTech TSO50 Hybrid. Is about to be catching up by having a good chance, but the first turn is going to be quite keeping up for well defended to be on the advantage. Is going to be keep it well guarded for a line of defense. Now it's going in onto the 12th lap. Things about to get pretty straight up. Distance is going to be quite getting in. Perfect successful onto the blind corner. Is going to be quite going in to take it well correctly onto the apex. keep it well solid defend, but this wheel might be keep it in for having the inside turns will be keep it nice and smooth. Going straight right into the tunnel is going to be keep it in for having a one good spare distance for racing up the acceleration. Just gonna have to hang in there, folks. I'll be in the pit stop in no time for only one for use. Here it goes. This is going to be given a good right direction. It's going to be giving in onto the entry. That should probably going right in onto the parking garage. Wheel might be giving a good tire change. This wheel might be staying in it. Now that's going to be quite good for having a stop duration time for 4.355 seconds. Pit time is almost 12 seconds. That might be quite getting in to move automatically to be in 13th place. Good as new for having a new set of medium compound tires. Will be keeping in for having a good duration. But this wheel might be keeping in to take a lot of good speed. Wheel might be going in, folks. Barisa 96 is now definitely in 12th place. Hope this player can probably try to catch up onto ATK_Badger J, whatever I'm about to coming in, to have a distance for only 10.4 seconds on the head distance. But this is going to be quite getting in to see how is Some Trick Killer is definitely might be quite keep it well staying on to second place. Is going to be giving a lot of you effort chance to see it whenever he's about to be going on to overtake Expressway Swag XX to be in first place. But it looks like Dudu 2203 is still trying to catch up onto Some Trick Killer in second place. But he might be taking the best time effort when first and second place drivers are about to be going in to take the pit stop for only one time for use. Now it's going in to take that length of the distance. Looks like Big Country Seal 369 is going in onto the pits, and this wheel might change up the tires to be on the medium compound. Will be set up to be ready to roll. Now he's coming out of the parking garage at the pits, but this wheel might be staying on in 12th place. Now it's going to be quite getting in to keep it up, but still got enough gap distance before I'm about to catch up to him. UDRS Insport Tech could probably take the challenging turns to be going in nice and easy. But several scratches has definitely might be quite getting in to see it, but only in the bottom part of the front and rear bumper is going to be quite getting a little bit damage up on it. Just going to need to keep it in, so we're in the lap 14, folks. Just going to need to keep going before the 15th lap. Just going to keep it wheel monitor check. Now it only has to take 1 minute and 17 seconds on the gap distance up ahead, but several drivers are still trying to catch up on to each other. But this is going to be taking a few length of the turns, is going to be quite taking some few penalties to be marked in. But taking the penalty line is going to be taking the one best solution. Wheel might be taking nice and slow. Catching up onto Big Country 0369 at 6.4 seconds up ahead. Just going to need to keep it up for having that good sportsmanship rating. Will be going up. Now it's going to be quite taking the good cornering skills. Will might be keep it up on the distance. Taking on that hairpin, and this wheel might be taking on for the off ramp. Will be going right in onto the medium S turns. It's going to be quite keep it nice and smooth. But looks like Expressway Swag XX just took a new fastest lap time for 1 minute and 39.513 seconds. He did a pretty good, impressive job out there, folks. He can probably keep it up to drive faster whenever he can, because this could be his run for taking the new fastest lap whenever he gets the chance. Now he definitely might be quite keeping up to stay in first place. Some Trick Killer is definitely might be trying to wait before Lulu Doodoo 2203 is now going in to take the chance. But now he's in the pits, and Doodoo 2203 is in second place. This could be quite giving the best time for Some Trick Killer to coming out in the pits by changing up the tires. But this wheel might be giving the best time for having the battle of second place will be going right in. But this wheel might have 2 more to go, but this race is about to be over soon. Just gonna need to keep it up for having a lot of good horsepower. Wheel might be taking a good rush by taking a good length of the range time for 1 minute and 50 seconds for only a lap. Looks like this is going to be quite getting into catching up onto Big Country's 0369. He's taking on a 10-second gap distance behind my current position, but looks like I'm just went up ahead of him because this wheel might be taking a good racing effort performance. Wheel might be taking in for having a good smooth corrective skill. Now this is going to be taking the best parts to keep it well passive to be on the 4th gear. Now this is how each Group 1 racers could probably perform that kind of a passive skill. Wheel might be needed to keep it nice and steady. Now going in onto lap number 16, this is about to be quite getting closer for only 1 more to go. And we're about to be on its way to take the final lap. But the top 3 drivers are still taking on the battle. It is going to be quite getting a little bit grueling. Doodoo 2203 is in 2nd place, but he can probably take the silver medal whenever he's going to take on the finish line. While XX Phrase Swag XX is going to be taking the gold medal. Will be taking the final round to be taking home as a crown victor to be as a good leading driver. But it's going to be quite getting on to see how it takes. But this race always gets pretty challenging to be on Tokyo Expressway for a Group 1 race. But several mistakes were made, so we just definitely might be needed to learn carefully, so we just don't want to take plenty of several damages. But it's going to be quite taking a little reaction for having a little bit part of the moment. Just going to have to take that turn before we're about to proceed to the final lap. Now it's going in to take the final lap to see how the top 3 drivers are getting there. It looks like they're already in onto the 17th final lap, and this is going to be quite good to see. XX Crazy Swag XX is about to take home the gold. But looks like Doodoo 2203 is about to be keep pushing up on the limits. Some Trick Killer is definitely might be quite catching up onto Doodoo 2203, but this is going to be quite getting in to see how the several of the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT is going faster it can to take on for having the most impressive track in Tokyo Expressway. Now this is going to be quite getting in to take that part on the Expressway tunnel, but this is going to be quite good, folks. XX Crazy Swag XX takes 1st place of the final round of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup in the 3rd season. He did a pretty most impressive, challenging race out there. He did a very good job. XX Crazy Swag XX is the winner of the final round. Now this is going to be quite taking a lot of few length of the distance struggle out there, folks. But this is going to be quite good that Doodoo 2203 is taking 2nd place. Some Trick Killer in 3rd place. Now this is going to be quite very good to impress. But several of the last place drivers has finally made it by the finish line whenever the time limit is about to be going out. But one of the most challenging race out there, because sometimes it is very intense, but we will always going to have to race carefully. But this is going to be taking on for having a few length of the results. Will might be coming out to see it. But it was a very tough, challenging race out there, folks. This one might have a 13th place at the finish to be going automatically by the time runs out. Wow, looks like that was a pretty tough Group 1 race on the city track. Now, this is going to be quite taking some few earnings while having a nicely job well done. But look at this, folks. 3 SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1s has finally made it into the top 3. So it looks like I'm about to congratulations to XX Swag XX for the win. But he did a pretty good job to have that most best lap to be quite getting in for a minute and 39.390 seconds. So this is going to be quite very good out there, but we tried our best. But it's always having a little difficulty out there to have a number of total time that this wheel might be haven't shown yet, but it might be taking a time limit for only a minute whenever each driver could probably take the finish line will be given the best total time to be on the amount. Well, unfortunately that this is going to be quite very good to be on the books. The top 3 drivers has finally made it to have that best time, but we did a very good job for having a most epic race on Tokyo Expressway. But sometimes we did the best, but sometimes we did the worst. But we just definitely might be doing the best. We're always going to keep it respectful for only next season for doing something much better to get different as we can. So we are finally finished the 3rd season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup, but we did everything what we could from the first round towards the final. But it's going to be quite very good that this wheel might be having the best moments, will be enjoyable. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. Library vlog videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with libraries I have been made. Thank you for watching for the 3rd season of the 2019-20 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.